in my spare room in Brackpan is an artist that you are going to want to know more of. I'm telling you now, by the end of the Zoom, you're going to want to be fast friends. You're going to follow him everywhere. His name is Hersch, and he has a brand new single out, which we're going to talk about. But firstly, welcome to the Far East Rand of Joburg.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Hirsch, you are a singer, a songwriter, a producer, but above all, you're also a human being who's also gone through
Yeah.
this global pandemic that we all have. And I know we're tired of talking about it, but I want to know, how was the last 3 years for you?
I mean, we're almost at the end of it, but if I should recap, if I should recap, it's been crazy. Eh? It's been foreign territory for most artists. You know what I mean? We're
Mm.
not used to the lifestyle of working remotely and just emailing songs and things like that, working from home and stuff like that, and not in studio. But I mean, it's also come with challenges that are good for us. It helps us grow. It helps us adapt to like new age things. I mean, it got us more into technology and things like that. I mean, who knew we could work from home? But I mean, it's been crazy. There's been some ups and downs, but I definitely think for me personally, I think it's been better for me because I really started working on my craft a bit more, and I started learning new things. I started working with people from a distance, like rather than in studio. So I think my communication skills became better in it as well. So I mean, it's been good, but it's been bad too. I mean, you can't neglect the bad things like deaths and all of those things. So that has come with some real emotion as well. But I
Yeah.
mean, what better than to put it into music? You know what I mean?
But this is the thing. Okay, so another question that I had for you, and the reason that I brought up the global pandemic and the lockdowns and stuff is because you released a single, If I Could, and you released it in March. But I can imagine that the single was probably written and like worked on during lockdown, and now you're releasing in this new world where artists would release and then they would tour the song and they would tour the album with EP, like, and visit
Yeah,
radio stations and go see things. Now you're doing it completely differently. So talk to me
yeah.
about the writing of it, like just not too much in depth on the album. We'll get into that one on the single, but like the writing of it and then how you navigated this brand new territory.
Funny enough, when creating the whole EP, like if I should start there, when creating the whole EP, I was actually playing football, like socially and things. Like I used to play semi-pro back in the day, but I was actually playing football, and on the last game of the season, I broke my leg. So I was forced to be and that was just before the pandemic started. So
Oh
I was
wow.
forced to be at home and being indoors in lockdown with a broken leg. I was supposed to write a whole EP, you know what I mean? I made the whole EP with a broken leg. So even though the pandemic was there, even if it wasn't there, I would still be at home because I was for like about 6 months with a broken leg. And I took the time to write the EP, and in the EP is the single that I just released, If I Could. And that is also, some of the emotions in there are also part of a broken leg and not being able to go outside. So being in this foreign territory, as I said, it's been a hectic ride for me because firstly I was bedridden for like about 4 to 6 months because I broke my tibia bone in a soccer match. So for me, being at home wasn't a problem because I was forced to be at home.
Okay, I have to know, how did you do it?
I mean, I was sitting right here, laying on a bed in front of in front of my PC and making the music, man.
No,
But I
I
was
mean, how
also
did you
in.
break your tibia? That's a
Oh,
story.
it was a 50-50 challenge. I just assisted the winning goal. Then the ball went out wide, 50-50. I won the ball and he won my leg. Yeah,
I
it was
am
very painful. I won't lie.
I know I can, you know what? It's never happened to me, but my eyes are watering for you. I'm getting like emotional for you. Okay, so like months bedridden, writing an EP. You're doing this by yourself. You're in your bed, essentially. You can't move. You have this broken leg. The world is falling apart around you. Um, is this going to be a dark EP, or is it going to be
No,
like?
no. Funny enough, it's not a dark EP. It's an EP based of everything that happened, if whether it's before or whether it's for the future. So it's about everything in the moment. How I'm feeling in that time. So I'm not necessarily writing about a broken leg. I'm maybe feeling some type of way about the industry, or how I'm feeling in terms of my relationship. So it could be nice feelings, you know what I mean? But all in all, like the emotions in that EP comes from being in pain, and trying to look at better things, seeing the better picture. I'm actually creating the EP now with a broken leg. It's a good story, you know what I mean? I was trying to think positive things as well. So like for me, it's not a dark EP, but there are some ambiguous songs where it is very emotional and things, but I bring it out as like a happy song, you know what I mean? Trying to tell people that this is something that you can overcome, and I'm happy that I've overcome it. So
Mm.
like it's different, like very ambiguous, but also very straight to the point.
Hirsch, this is your Kanye through the wire moment. You've got to use it for all that it is.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the writing of the EP, because I think that we all look at you guys and you're like doing all the things and we just assume that it's easy. It's not easy. I mean, we can understand that it's not easy, but also being at home, being in lockdown with a broken leg, writing these songs, how do you determine what goes on an EP and what not? Because I mean, yeah, you're writing pretty good songs according to you, but who is
Yeah.
there to tell you, no, Hirsch, this is actually, we don't want this one?
Funny enough, like the whole EP I actually wrote alone. But I'd always have, like, I have friends in the industry that I've grown up with. So like before I was Hersch, I was with a group. So we used to sing and stuff like that. It used to be like a boy band type of thing. I mean, we were one of the first boy bands in SA. But what I'm
Oh,
trying to say is like, um, I have their numbers, I have their guidance and opinions. So they're in music as well. But I also get an outside ear, when you with your sisters or your family and stuff like that, like you just necessarily just pop the song in there, try to find out whether they like it or not. And sometimes I just sneak it in like without even telling people that I'm playing my track, so that I could see their actual response without knowing that it's me. Because a lot of friends and family would say that it's dope and that
yeah.
they like it and stuff like that. But not many people would actually tell you the truth. So when you play something without them knowing, then that's like the best part, because then they start getting the tune in their head and they start singing the song. That's when you know, okay, nah, it's a hit. It's a hit. Okay,
Yeah,
I've
that's
done
so
my
mean.
part. It's in your head.
That's
So
so mean,
here
Hirsch,
we go.
because what if I think it's then you're gonna tell me that it's your song and then I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm gonna be like, oh man, I'm so sorry.
No, but that's the best part. That's the beauty of it, because they now will know your actual response to it, and not just the friendly response. You know what I mean? But for me, I don't necessarily take it to head when people tell me things like, not that that people has told me that it's like not good, but I mean, I don't take it to it, because if you're an artist and you're looking for other people's opinions based on art, then how can you put a single out if you yourself don't know if it's good or not? So for me, it's always based off moments. In that moment, for me, I know when I make a track and I feel it, and the moment I hear the beat, like I know already I'm going to make a hit to it. Like that's
Okay.
my feeling on it, because I'm not someone that plans a song. I will literally listen to beats, listen. Even the lyrics and stuff, I don't write before I make a song. Like I will freestyle some melodies, and once I feel that melody, I know if I write to it, it will sound exactly like that melody that is so catchy. So that's like the step-by-step process, the way I
Have
make
you ever
the
been
song.
wrong? Have you ever written something that you were like, this is everything, and the label, someone goes, no, this is not all that, actually?
No, not once, because I know I will scrap that song before it's even been heard by anybody else.
Okay, but like then like isn't there so much pressure on you to get the perfect song, and then like when is the song done? Because if you are aiming for that perfection every single time, surely no song is then ever done, really.
You see, I have this like for me, like with my experience of writing and things, like I did different methods before, but there's just something about the way I do music now, because like it's like I have this gut feeling, like I know exactly that this is going to be a hit song.
Mm.
Like I'm not trying to be like cheesy or anything. Like I'm just saying, like I know for a fact that when I make something, I can feel it in me that like I'm going to love the song. People is going to love the song. That's when I know, okay, this is a song that needs to be released. When I on other occasions, like I promise you, it happens many a time where I write the track, I make melodies, make a beat, whatever, and I just end up not feeling it and I just scrap it. That's when I know that the song is not going to be released, or it's just not it for today. You know what I mean? Some days you have off days, some days you have good days. But most times when I know that this is a song for an album, a single, or any type of project, I know that the feeling it gives me from the moment I made it, that's the feeling right there. No turning back.
Okay, so I think the message here is trust your gut. I think this is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
definitely. Trust
Like,
your art as well, man.
you always know, right?
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so
You'll get
speaking
that
about
butterfly
creating,
feeling in your stomach.
speaking of creating and trusting your gut, there are a lot of producers. I mean, you know what I'm saying when I say producer. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like that have happened during lockdown, that have
Mm.
downloaded a program that was free somewhere that someone told them about. They've bought maybe a software
Yeah.
thing or they've pirated it and they're making beats in their room. Now, I have no idea how to even create a beat or a song or a track or anything. But I can imagine it's quite difficult for these people, these human beings that are watching this, and they're like, one day I'm going to be like Hersch. I'm gonna go and do espresso. I'm gonna have music videos. I'm gonna make beat. I'm gonna like do the things. Is it possible, firstly, to be self-taught and do this? And secondly,
Yes.
what is the one thing that they need to know or download or get in order to be better?
Firstly, yes, you can be self-taught because I'm self-taught. I'm a self-taught producer. Um, and what you really need is determination. Like I probably gave up producing about 4 times before I actually knew how to do something. You know what I mean? But for me, the best way to do producing and things like that is watch a lot of tutorials. You know that always helps. And also try and put yourself in an environment with a whole lot of artists or producers. Like this is the way that I did it. So I would watch producers do the thing, and if I know that I was stuck somewhere, and once I see them do it in person and like in front of me, that's when I know, okay, that's how I had to do it. So now I can go back to the part where I gave up and go and fix it and then carry on from there. But I mean, being a producer, I was basically forced into being a producer because I was in the group, like I said. And when the group split, I was the singer songwriter. So I needed to make my own beats because otherwise I would ask for beats by every producer. So I
Okay.
would sit with the software, you know, with my PC or my laptop or whatever it is. I would sit with it. I would literally practice, 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 give up, come back, practice, 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 give up, come back, practice, practice, until you actually know, okay, I can really make something now. Anything that I want to make, now I can make it and not give up. You know what I mean? Now I can put it to work. I can put it in my art, in anything that I want to do. But the main thing is focus and determination because you're going to give up a few times, but you just make sure you come back to it and fix it. Like that's the main thing that I can say.
Hirsch, as someone who has gotten beats from other producers and created your own beats, what do you think makes a producer and their specific beats stand out?
Authenticity.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to hear the same beat that someone else has made.
We're
Like you always
tired
want,
of it now. It's
yeah, you
2022.
want
We're
to stay
done.
different. You want to
Yeah.
be different. You want people to relate to what you can bring to the table. So by watching the tutorials that I say, I'm not necessarily saying copy what they do. I'm saying make sure you understand what you are using on the program that you are using. Make sure you understand what it does, and
Mm,
then put it into practice. You know what I mean? Try and create something of your own. How can I say? Put it to work where you can recreate or make something better first before you start making your own things. So try and make something better first before you actually go on and you know go into the open and make your own thing where you don't know where to start. You know what I mean? So practice with so practice with the tutorials. Try and make that better and then go into your own lane and make whatever you want to make, because then you can edit, you can do whatever you want to whatever you want to make.
Thank you for the advice. I think a lot of people are going to take you up on this advice. And I think you might be approached by some people going, hey,
Nah,
I have a beat for you, Hirsch.
I'm
Here.
open. I'm open. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so EP, new single, If I Could. Talk to me about the single. For someone who hasn't heard it, what is it? What does it mean? Who is it for? Who is it
Okay,
about?
so you know the saying, "If I could, I would." Like it was literally based off that saying because I was so locked in. I think at this point I was kind of walking already. Like I was off the crutches, I think. So people would always tell me, "Yo, bro, you've always been locked in studio. You've always been in your cave. Come out. Let's go have a break. Let's go have a drink and stuff like that." But I knew I was busy with an important EP because just before I started creating the EP, I actually got signed by Sony. So now I'm actually creating a project for an actual purpose. You know what I mean? Like it's the first project that I'm releasing with a big label and all of these things. And I just told everyone that tried to get me out of my working space, if I could, I would. But right now I have to work because I want to be somewhere like with this career in music and things like that. And everyone knows the stuff. So I just like it was basically someone trying to get me out of my working state. But I told them, no, I have to stay here and work. I need to get somewhere. So that's basically the reason for if I could. And the other topic in if I could is also my girlfriend. So like I speak about her and stuff because she's been supporting me while I've been locked in here in a cave, broken leg, and just taking care of me. So I'm playing between the two. I want to go out, but I can't go out. But I'm also fine being here, working, and also working with you close to me. You know what I mean? That's the meaning of the song.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm dying. Okay, so the world is kind of opened up. Are you going to be touring? Are you coming to Joburg? What's the plan?
Honestly, like right now, after the If I Could single, we've just finished the rollout for Peace of Mind for my EP. So we're
Mhm.
actually onto new music. So I will probably be popping around Jersey from time to time. Coming to Sony. Meeting up with the A&Rs and the managers and things like that, and discussing what is next for Hersch. And not only the music side of things. Like I'm trying to go into events. I'm trying to go into things because I'm really trying to uplift the R&B culture in South Africa as a whole. Because I mean, if you look at the scene, there's not many R&B artists that are performing and that are actually making money off the music industry. So that's what I'm trying to do this year. I'm trying to uplift the culture. I'm trying to uplift Cape Town as well. And yeah, you'll see me in Joburg like quite a lot this year because we're going to be doing big things. I promise you.
Okay, that's a promise. Hey, and that's now
Yeah, that's
forever
definitely a promise.
on the Zoom. Like we're done now. Like you promised.
We've arrived. We've arrived.
Okay, last question, Hirsch. I love songs with Danny Painter. It's my show. I obviously consume and listen to a lot of R&B and a lot of love songs. What are you currently listening to? And then what is your top love song of all time?
Yo,
And you can't choose your
um,
own.
yeah, okay. So what am I currently listening to? At the moment, I'm listening to all types of music. I'm listening to a lot of essay artists because I mean I'm in the scene, so I have to always know who's doing what, where we can work together and things like that. So I'm listening to a lot of Marcus Harvey, 031 Chopper. There's a guy called Risa as well. He's a new R&B artist. I'm listening to a lot of artists from South Africa, but if I should say globally, Masego has always been on my playlist. Ty Dolla Sign, Chris Brown, that's
Oh,
what I'm listening to these days because I'm a singer at heart, so I have to listen to these guys. But yeah, that's what I'm listening to. And what was the other question again?
the top love song of all time, like your go-to love
Oh, the
song.
top love song of all time. Wow, wow, yo, this is difficult. Okay, should I say? Oh,
I'm
what's
so
that song?
nervous for this. I'm so nervous.
I made love to you
Oh,
like
Boys
you
to Men.
want me to. Yeah, I'm a full-on Boys to Men fan from back in the day. I mean, I grew up with three older sisters and
Oh,
with the whole family that sings. I mean, Boys to Men, Craig,
that's
David,
why.
Neil, they've all been on the playlist before.
That's why you are who you are. It's trauma from your
Exactly,
childhood,
exactly.
from the Boys to Men exposure.
I take it in a good way.
Uh, Hirsch, this is a really fun chat. Okay, where can we follow you? Because I know you're doing a lot. And I know you'll probably keep your social media up to date with like tours and events and stuff. So where do we go?
Yeah. On Instagram, you can follow me at Hersh_Snyders. On Facebook, you can just type in Hersh. And on Twitter, it's at Herschel Snyders. And on TikTok and everything else, it's at Hersch_Snyders.
And Hersch is spelled Hersh, just by the way.
Yes, yes,
Hersh.
yes.
Awesome. Hersh, thank you so
Although
much
my
for your time.
name, although my name is spelled Hersch, but it's Hersh for
Don't
Hirsch.
confuse us. Actually, you're right. I'm looking at the bio now and you are right. Well, someone spelled your Instagram wrong then.
Nah, I spelled it like that. I needed to take the C out just to be a bit more commercial.
I see. Okay, fine. Sell out. We still
Yeah,
love
because
you.
people struggle to spell my name in general, so Hirsch made it just a bit easier, like with the SH.
You are Hersh though.
Yeah, yeah,
And the C doesn't really do anything because it's just there. So it's fine.
exactly, exactly.
Awesome. Hersh, thank you so much for your time. And when you're in Joburg, I will play you Boys to Men. As long as you promise to serenade us with a love song.
I'll definitely sing along. I won't lie. I'll definitely sing along. Put in a few harmonies or two.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Hersh.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Jacaranda FM.